We're in Porto and we only have 24 hours to explore the city. Can we hit all the highlights in one day? Stay tuned to the end to see how many steps we walk and if we'll beat our record of 42,000 steps in a day.
Good morning. Where are we, Aubrey?
So stop number 1 of the day is the Crystal Palace Gardens, which is in the western part of town. And we're here for one goal and one goal only, and that's to see peacocks.
And of course, to see the gardens too.
And see the gardens. Peacocks come first, though. And beyond the ledge, all you can see is the fog. Oh wait, the river's down there. Wow. Oh, it's so bright. Hi.
So Aubrey, what are your thoughts of the Crystal Gardens with the peacocks?
Crystal Palace Gardens. This garden is beautiful, especially because we're here in the early morning. We're seeing the fog like roll over the river, and the sun it's a cold day, so the sun is nice and warming. I wasn't expecting so many peacocks and chickens and ducks. Yeah, I don't know what I was expecting, but I wasn't expecting this volume of birds here. I also wasn't sure how worth it would be to come here since we're in November, so we're in the fall winter time. But it is still gorgeous. There's so much to see besides just plants, and the peacocks are everywhere. Case in point, there's one right here. Hello. And there's all this you can still see the layout of the gardens, the structure of everything. And there's statues and carvings everywhere. I mean, look at this. They've got some things in bloom, too. Wow. I'm really glad we came here in the early morning because the angle of the sun and the light just makes everything feel so magical and romantic, especially with the fog.
After all, there is a museum over here called the Romantic Museum.
Oh, is it?
It's meant to be.
I love how the feathers on top of its head are a little lopsided. I saw a poster in January, Cats is coming. to the arena here. One of my favoriteest musicals. What was it?
I don't even know the words.
Jellicles do. Jellicles can Jellicles do. Peacocks are like, is it time to see Cats yet? Is Cats playing? Can we please be let in for the show? Excuse me, the peahens. Do it again, caca. Tell us it's the morning. Ryan, it's embarrassed. I'm feeling a little peckish, no pun intended. So let's move on to our next location. Can I help you? I don't have anything, I'm sorry. I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce it, but I think it's Manteigaria. And we're trying a very traditional Portuguese pastry called Pastel de Nata. It is a pie crust with custard in it, and this will be our first one of the trip. You can top it with powdered sugar and cinnamon. We chose to do powdered sugar. Let's see how it tastes. Gosh, yummy. Custard is warm and the pastry is flaky. Very good.
It's so like creamy. I like. It's not like overly sweet either. I like that the pastry is just crispy enough. You can hear the crackle. Behind me is renowned as the most beautiful McDonald's in the world. Now, we don't have enough time to go and visit it today, but check out our McDonald's video later in our series of Portugal, where we actually eat at the most beautiful McDonald's in the world.
Our next stop is the Majestic Cafe. Now, the primary reason we came in here was to see the architecture. This building was built in 1916, and this still remains one of the best examples of Art Nouveau in Porto.
It's considered one of the most beautiful cafes in the world, too.
Sick. It is beautiful in here, and let me tell you, the prices reflect how much of an attraction it is, because everywhere else we've been, an espresso is like €1 or less, and here it is €6, but we're still getting it. Yeah, we're gonna sit back, enjoy looking around at the architecture. I love there's like such ornate carvings in the wood in here, and there's even patterns like carved into the leather on the benches. So I think it's definitely worth coming in to take in the atmosphere, but I don't know if I would recommend like eating a meal here. Now, it may be expensive, but at least it's a fancy espresso. Also, I forgot to mention earlier, supposedly J.K. Rowling spent time in this cafe writing Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Now, I feel like people say that about a lot of places, so I don't know if that's true, but supposedly she did that.
Brie, I think it's called the Philosopher's Stone, not the Sorcerer's Stone.
I'm sorry, I'm not British.
I think everywhere else in the world calls it the Philosopher's Stone, except for America.
That's because we're special. This little cup is so cute. All the espressos I've had here have been really good. I like Portugal. I like Portuguese coffee.
Nice.
There's also chocolate with this espresso. Now, moving on to our next location. The coat has come off because we must traverse or climb a giant hill. Yay! There it is. Big old hill. Still not as bad as Cusco or San Francisco, though. Now we're walking up the Rua Santa Catarina. Hey, look, there's another Manteigaria. I wish I spoke Portuguese. I do not. I apologize for any pronunciations I do today. St. Catherine Street. And we're heading towards...
The Church of the Souls.
Yes, the Chapel of the Souls, which is supposed to be covered in beautiful blue tiles. Already got some blue tiles right here.
That's it. That is the Church of the Souls.
Oh, wow, we made it. I wasn't expecting it to be just like on the end of the street. I thought it was going to be a standalone building, but apparently we have arrived to the Chapel of the Souls. Also, everything here has been way closer together than I mean, the last place we visited was Japan. Everything was very far apart.
Also, everybody hyped up to be like, oh, the hills are no joke here. And like, I don't, fingers crossed, it hasn't happened yet, but like, I don't think these hills are that crazy.
Yeah, we haven't been down into like
Ribeira.
the lower town yet though, so I don't know, we'll see.
I don't know.
We've now arrived at the Mercado do Bolhão, and the concierge at our hotel was saying that this is a place where people will come to get groceries, but like there's also all sorts of stalls selling goods. I don't know if this is just because we're close to the holidays or because this is here all the time, but I think the market, like the food market part, is downstairs, and then upstairs is all of the craft stalls.
There's also restaurants here too.
Yeah, there's restaurants too. Ryan, what is this alleyway that you've taken us to?
Some steep stairs.
Are we in Montmartre?
Or are we in Cusco? I don't know. It's pretty steep though.
I don't know. There's a lot of graffiti over here. Okay, we've walked back down St. Catherine Street and we've entered the São Bento Train Station. Now, the reason to visit this train station is all of the hand-painted tiles on the wall. The station, they started building it in 1904, and it took several years to complete all of the tile work. The bottom part of the tiles is all in blue, and then around the top you have scenes in color, and they depict various historical events in like Portuguese history.
Right next to the station, which this is like the main station in Porto, is the TimeOut Market, where we're gonna get some lunch.
I'm hungry. gotten bacalhau a Gomez de Sa, which is a codfish casserole. And it has potatoes, codfish, onions, some black olives, and like a shaved hard-boiled egg on top, and parsley. It looks really good. I got it from Casa Inez. That's really good. It has, like, it's very oily from the olive oil, but it's a really mild, like, buttery olive oil. And then the fish and the potatoes mix really well together. I like it.
So for my lunch, I got this seafood rice that has prawns and mussels and other things, maybe some oysters. And this is from the Mea Nu, which was a couple restaurants over from where Aubrey got her lunch. Has a nice looking red sauce. I saw them making it fresh when I ordered it, which was very nice. So here we go. That's nice. I especially like the little prawns that are kind of having a dance party in this seafood rice. I would definitely recommend this. Has good flavor, lots of fun flavors.
In that tower up there, you can do wine tastings. There's a tasting room, and then I think it's also, yeah, it's tasting room, restaurant, and bar.
Hope there's an elevator up there.
Oh, I don't know.
That's a lot of stairs.
I don't know. I don't see an elevator. In the TimeOut Market, each little like restaurant booth is a different chef. So rather than it being like a specific like restaurant, it's a specific chef's recipes. So that was a little bit confusing when we first started looking, but because we were looking for like, we were looking for different styles of food, but it was instead like different chefs' recipes for different things. So we're walking down towards Ribeira, which is the like most historic part of town, and we're heading towards Vila Nova de Gaia, which is on the other side of the river. So we're gonna cross the bridge, go over there, and drink some wine. But we want to see some of Ribeira before it gets too dark. So
Sunset's at 5 o'clock.
Yeah, so that's where we're heading right now, and I'm excited to drink some wine. We've made it down to the river, the Douro River, and we're gonna walk along the river and maybe duck into certain areas of Ribeira, which is right here.
It's up that way.
It's up that way. And then we have to get up there on that bridge.
And walk.
And walk. Yeah, let's go. So we found the hills because we had to walk all the way back up to get to the top of the bridge. So we just like probably power walked a mile.
For like 10 minutes at least. Windy alleys.
Yeah.
Out of breath now.
But we found the bridge, and coincidentally, it's right next to our hotel. We just didn't know.
This bridge is pretty scary, Aubrey.
I know.
You can feel it shaking.
We're very high up.
I don't like it.
Uh-oh.
We'll take the lower one on the way back.
We're not even over water yet.
Shh, don't remind me. How was your walk across the bridge, Brian? It was terrifying. I have a fear of heights. You could see straight down, and then when the trams go by, they're like inches away from you.
Yeah.
And I was carrying the gimbal, with the camera, and these two very slow women were like hogging the whole space, so you couldn't get past them.
No, you could go around them. He just
Onto the track.
He didn't want to walk there because you could see through it. So
Absolutely
we
not.
had to just walk slow.
So that's 10 minutes of my life that I won't get back.
Also, now we have to go down to get to the wine tasting. So if you're going across the bridge to do wine tastings, go across the lower part, not the upper part.
Unless you want the view. The view up here is gorgeous,
Yeah.
but I don't like the height.
Down, down, down the hills we go. Merrily, 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 merrily.
It's a good thing I have my data on because I feel like I would get lost because we're like zigzagging through all these alleys. Technology.
Yes, I love technology. And walking down the hills you see. My legs are getting a workout. Oh, look! More stairs.
More
Who would
stairs.
have funked it? Sorry if the camera works a bit shaky. There's a lot of stairs. That crow agrees.
That guy knows how I feel right now. Tears.
He's crying.
Crying.
So we weren't totally sure what time we were gonna get over into this area, so we didn't pre-book any tastings or tours. So the first place we tried, their tour was gonna be a little too late in the day for us. So now we're walking to a different place to see what they have to offer. But I promise you, we're gonna be drinking some wine somewhere. Okay, so after a bit of wandering, we ended up at Taylor's, and Taylor's has a tour with an audio guide, so you can do the tour at any time, and then you can leave the tour at any time, because it's at your leisure.
And it includes 3 different wines, but they're port wines.
Yes, this is a port only, I think, cellar and tour, but I think this is gonna work well for us because it gives us flexibility. You know, the Douro is famous for port, and we've never had it before, so this will be our first port experience. So Taylor's is actually one of the oldest port houses in the world, and port wine was one of the first wines that had like I think it's a protected designation of origin, so like it can only be grown in a specific place to be called port, kind of like how champagne can only be grown in Champagne. And yeah, this is also one of the oldest storehouses, so that's pretty cool. So we learned that this port is still stomped. So they still, like, human stomp the grapes with their feet. And then I was wondering what made port different than normal wine. And it's mixed with a spirit at the beginning of the fermentation, a clear spirit that is made from white grapes. It's very interesting. So with the tour, there are 3 wines that you can taste. There is a chip dry white, which is served chilled. There's an aged one and then a tawny one. You can see the bottles here.
These are all port wines.
We've never had port wine before, so I'm gonna try them in the order she poured them. So I'm gonna try the white one first. It smells very dry because it is very dry. It made me salivate. Wow, it's very sweet, even though it's very dry. I like that.
The legs are very slow. It smells like a Pinot Grigio. No, more like a Chardonnay.
But taste. Right?
It's thicker. It's thicker than regular wine. Also, like, I feel the burn in it down to my soul. It's a good flavor, though. Very different. Very different. But sweet. It's sweet.
Okay, number 2 is the late bottled vintage 2020. That was a terrible year.
Does your nose fit into this glass? Mine does not.
It's very sweet. She said this one's good with strong cheeses. I can see that.
With mussels. Cheese with mussel.
Oh, strong. Okay. I
Yeah.
don't know what's happening.
Yeah. My preferred wine is red wine, not a white.
What kind of red?
Cabernet Sauvignon.
Cabernet is my favorite.
It's okay, we can both like it. The legs are also, they're faster on this than the white.
Well, you're in for a treat.
It smells sweet. It doesn't have to be sweet. It'd be a really good wine if it wasn't sweet.
That's port, baby.
Well, this is the first time we're trying port. Yeah, if this was like a Cabernet and it wasn't
If
sweet.
this was a completely different wine instead of this wine, it would be good.
Let me give it another chance.
It's like candy.
It's like thick enough to be like a syrup. Put it on some ice cream, you know? Or some like chocolate lava.
Or some strong cheese.
Chocolate lava cake. This would be paired very well. Not with a steak.
No. I'm now going to try the 10-year-old Tawny Port. Wow.
Smell different than the other one?
It does. It smells very different. Wow. Wow. This one stays in barrels longer. You can really tell.
Does it taste like wood?
Yeah, you can definitely taste the woodiness.
This has slow legs, slower than the other one, than the vintage.
Just like me.
So what makes this one not vintage? Because the other one, like this is 10 years. Is the
I
other?
think the difference is how long it stays in the barrel. Whereas,
Like, is vintage like less than 10 years? What's the rules?
I don't know, there was a lot of numbers on that audio guide.
I like that. A little like molasses.
But it has that like whiskey flavor.
Yes. And then it has a little bit of like cherry
Yeah.
flavor to it. Of the three, I like this one the most, the tawny the most. But like, it's like a dessert wine to me. It's not like your everyday go home and sit on the couch with a bottle of wine. Glass of wine, sorry. Gotta clarify. I'm not an alcoholic.
Oh.
But this one's good. I like this one. The vintage is too sweet. This one has a balance. And the white one is pretty good too. Of the three, this one, the tawny's my favorite. Which one is your favorite, Aubrey? Was it that one?
I don't like the white wine of it all. It still has the white wine aromatics. The vintage. It really is very sweet. Gotta get the strong cheese. I think the tawny is my favorite because it has the sweetness, but it has like such a complex flavor from the flavors of the barrel. So we're now in the Cork Museum, which, if you didn't know, Portugal is the top producer of cork in the world. And cork is bark from a tree. So we're gonna learn about what it is, how people have used it, and how it's like processed to be used. So Dom Perignon is the reason that we seal wine bottles with cork. Leave it to the French. So apparently, cork is made up of honeycomb-shaped cavities. And in Portugal, in Sintra, they had the walls and floors of their convent lined with cork. What you doing?
How interactive this museum is.
See the honeycomb-shaped patterns?
Yeah. Supposedly cork has like cells. I didn't know that.
I was just talking about that.
That's pretty cool.
It can be compressed to half its thickness without losing any flexibility. They've also found fossils of cork from before the glacial period, so it survived the Ice Age. See how many cork stoppers you weigh. We found out how many glasses of orange juice I weigh. So how many cork stoppers?
It says loading.
Whoa.
Uh-oh.
It's getting pretty full.
I promise it's the backpack. It's not me. It's
You.
It's the backpack.
Apparently, Portugal produces 50% of the world's cork, and it has about a third of the distribution of cork oak trees. They're a type of oak tree. I didn't know that. This is where all the Cork oak trees are in the world. Not very many places.
It's interesting because it's southern Portugal. It's not like the whole country. Mostly in southern Portugal.
Yeah.
And then you got like a line around northern Africa too. So it's around the Mediterranean.
So the cork is all harvested by hand. And it's in the bark, so they strip the bark off the trees between May and August. Here's a piece of the bark. There you go, Brian. How does it feel?
It's very light, but it feels like cork.
Right?
Cork
It really does. Like you put your nail into it, it feels like it's already cork.
It's cork.
So they can harvest the cork bark from a tree every 9 years. And then they do 15 to 18 harvests during the lifetime of the tree. Pick that up. How heavy is it?
I mean, for how big it is, yeah.
So the bark planks are boiled for an hour, and then they're stacked to dry, and then they sort through them and they pull out thicker pieces to make the corks out of, and then thinner pieces they make other things out of. So after the cork stoppers are punched, they are polished and then covered with paraffin or silicone to make them easier to slide into the bottles. So sparkling wine cork stoppers are made a little bit differently, and that's how they get that like mushroom shape. So it's a combination of ground cork and cork discs. Coke bottles originally used to have a cork lining on the inside of the metal top because the metal taste was like contaminating the Coke. And then eventually in the 1960s, they replaced cork with plastic, but originally there was cork in the Coke bottles. Man, I wish this was running. This is a cork punching machine. So you can see it has the cork there. It's punching those stoppers out. Okay, I'm now going to customize a cork stopper.
It's only €1.
It's €1.
And I think that it should say the roars on it, just like our channel.
Hashtag at the roars. Oh no. I'm gonna get my credit card. Don't look. Wow. Whoa. That thing is lighting fast.
It's already done.
Is it still going to be hot? No. Oh, I smell it though. This part says that after bottling, it's the oxygen contained in the cork stopper that circulates and interacts with wine, not oxygen like coming in from the outside. Also, I guess it's not just sparkling wine that has they're called technical cork stoppers that have a mix of aggregate cork and discs. The whole wall
It's made of cork.
is made of cork. What do you have to share with the class, Brian?
I actually noticed this when we were in Lisbon, that some of the cars' seats in the subway in Lisbon were also made of cork. I know, isn't that awesome?
They use cork for explosions in movies, just like this. They use cork in space. They use cork in car engines somehow. It's the material of the future. They got cork furniture over here. They're using it in fashion. It's time for my favorite part of any museum. The gift shop.
All right, Aubrey.
was a good one.
Pause for yawn. What'd you think of the museum?
It was really cool. Yeah, I was very curious about how cork was like produced. Seems pretty simple. They just take the bark off the tree and then they just like punch corks out of it.
Yeah.
And then...
And it's oak. I didn't know it was an oak tree.
Yeah, it's a type of oak and it's like carbon negative, which is really cool. And then the French are the first ones that started using it. Dom Perignon. And that, did you see the sign that said that it's the oxygen in the cork that like mixes with wine? It's not like oxygen coming in from the outside.
That makes sense.
And so like it's widely agreed that cork stoppers in wine are the best. Like make the wine taste the best. Very, very interesting.
You recommend the museum?
Yeah. How much was it?
I think we paid 16 euro.
I think it's a little expensive for how big it is, but I wanted to go, so it's really cool, like really well done little museum. Yeah. And we got to walk a runway. Mm-hmm. That was cool. Mm-hmm. What about you? Do you have anything to say?
Yeah, it was cool. I didn't know it was bark.
You didn't know it was bark?
No.
I think I did know that.
I knew it was plant-based, but like, it was cool. The more you learn,
the more you know.
The more you understand the culture.
Yeah. Is that more stairs I see? Uh-oh. We're about to be Miley Cyrus. It's the climb. Oh no. This is stair number 894 and counting. At least I can't fall asleep while I'm walking up the stairs, right? I think we're about halfway. There's so many stairs. The stairs even have a name. Green dice. Never gonna end. Please tell me we're going in the right direction.
We are at dinner and we made a reservation at Brasão Coliseu. I don't know how to speak Portuguese, and we ordered a goat cheese and walnut salad and to share a Portuguese specialty. It might be specifically from Porto. It's called francesinha, and it's like a croque monsieur with like an orange tomato-y based sauce. We ordered that to share, and then of course a glass of red because why not?
So I think this has like 3 different meats in it. There's like a pork, there's a steak. Maybe it's just pork and steak. I only got the pork in that bite. It's very, very porky.
How's the sauce?
The sauce is good. I don't know how to describe it. It is tomatoey, but it's also like tangy. It's a good hearty yum yum.
It was super cheesy. Steam. I don't think I've ever had anything like this before. It's super savory. The tomato sauce or the sauce that's on it is really good. Yeah. I recommend it. This is good.
Okay.
This concludes our 24 hours in Porto, Portugal. What were the highs for today?
Definitely the peacocks. Just being in that park at that time of day this morning was so beautiful.
It was magic. It was magical.
It was magical. It was romantical.
Mm-hmm.
I was a little disappointed with the dinner, to be honest. I don't know from our experience tonight if I would recommend that place. The service was slow. I think they had a private party going on, and then the food, just like quality, I didn't particularly like. So that was disappointing, but still a nice atmosphere in there.
My high for today, other than the peacocks, was that's probably my best one would be looking at all the tile work in the city. Really, really cool. And then my low was walking across that bridge.
We overdid it a little bit on the walking up and down the hills
So,
situation.
after all that, we have clocked in at 24,616 steps.
Nice.
So that's like
A nice solid performance
Yes.
from a 24-hour video.
So, if you like what you saw and you want to see more, click that subscribe button, that bell notification, and we hope to see you in the next one.